Welcome back everyone, I'm Danny the Dinosaur Drawer, and as my last tutorial in 2018, I've decided to do a video on how to draw Indominus Rex versus Tyrannosaurus Rex. So here's the reference image I'm going to be using. Probably a lot of you guys have seen this image before, but yeah, it's pretty cool, and one of you sent me an email requesting for me to draw that, so I've decided to do that today. So yeah, let's see how it turns out. So yeah, let's start off with an outline. So we're basically going to be putting the dinosaurs in the positions that they're in on the paper. So the T-Rex head will be right up there, so just do a little circle. You want to press really lightly with your pencil at the first stage of the outline because, yeah, you want to be able to erase it easily. So on the neck of the Indominus Rex, I'll have the body of the Indominus Rex right there, the thigh, another oval shape, its arms. Or this one arm is going to be extended out with its claws. T-Rex is going to be with its jaw open. And it's going to have its two little claws right about there. T-Rex body is right about here. It's got this leg lifted up. But we might change that around because it's kind of blurry and we can't really see what's going on there. This is a really dark picture, at least the bottom part is. So that's going to be a little bit of a challenge. This leg is kind of lifted up of the Indominus Rex. And we can't really see the other arm of the Indominus Rex, but that is okay. So I hope you guys are following along. So that is a really rough, sketchy looking outline, but it'll look really great as soon as we start putting in more refinement and details. So since I'm right-handed, we're going to be working from left to right, which means we'll be doing the T-Rex first. So let me just erase some of these lines we made. And let's focus on the Tyrannosaurus Rex Head, which will actually take a lot of time, because it's one of the most detailed parts of the T-Rex. So the first thing I want to do is basically put in the eye ridge and all that. There's the pupil, the eye, quite simple. So the next thing you want to do is put some more wrinkles around the eye. Make this whole area look really dark. And I might use some of my shading pencils in this video, but I'll try and stick mostly to the mechanical pencil. See, I want to make this area nice and dark around the eye. Put in some wrinkles, scales. All the scaling I'm going to be doing in this video is going to be time-lapse, just because it'll take hours to actually show you guys how to, if I was talking the entire time and doing it live, all the scales, that part will be time-lapsed for your convenience. So I want to have these nice lines. You don't want to have an actual line that goes like that because of the light. And the more advanced you get with art, you know that it's just shadows that makes the drawing look more realistic. It's not all the lines that matter as much, if you get what I mean. Just put in this nose, nostril, and the T-Rex has like a curve at the tip of its upper jaw. It curves like so, comes down, and is the widest at the back of the head here. So that's a pretty good basic T-Rex upper jaw. I hope I didn't go too fast for you guys, but yeah, that's the basic line. It is kind of challenging from this angle to draw a T-Rex with an open jaw. So yeah, we can go ahead and add teeth. Don't connect the teeth to this line right here. You want to give a little bit of space so you can draw in the gum. And also make the teeth all different sizes. You don't want them to all be identical. Like with raptors, that's okay because they had more perfect teeth, but T-Rex had many different sized teeth. They had small, large, medium, and you want to take your pencil and do another line here. Just connect all these teeth. And now we have a little bit of gum space there, which will make your drawing look much more accurate. Then also we want to take a line and curve it this way. I encourage you guys to always make your teeth larger than you think you're going to need to, because right now I'm in one of those situations when you're shading behind the teeth, it makes them look a lot smaller. So really make them thicker than you think you're going to need to. Because look, we're going to be shading in between them, and it's going to make them look a lot smaller. So believe me, you'll be happy that you made extra large teeth. So this is the other side of the jaw, so we can continue the teeth. Like so. Add a little bit of more shading. So be sure to shade all around the upper teeth. Like so, and then inside the throat area is going to be really, really dark. It's going to be the darkest right about this area. So you can cross hatch, which means just taking your pencil, making lines in different directions. But also you can shade just by going in circles, like so. There's lots of different techniques people use. But yeah, the point is we just want to get this part nice and dark, like so. See, the T-Rex has this muscle that opens and closes the jaw, so you want to definitely put that in. Also the tongue. So yeah, the bottom jaw is a little more tricky because we want to fit in the tongue but also put teeth in and all that. So the bottom jaw will be about this long, I think. Right about there. You want to measure it, do the measurement right. Maybe I should zoom in a bit more so you guys can see it a little better. But then the camera gets out of focus. So see, right about there is good. I'm really hoping I'm not getting my hand in the way. That's so annoying. I know. I'm watching other people do YouTube tutorials and they get their hands over what they're drawing. They're like explaining. I'm like, I can't see. Please get your hand out of the way. So when I do my YouTube videos, I always try and keep my hand out of the way. So yeah, the teeth on this side you can make them a little bit finer, but I know I'm going to shade around these, so that's why I made them extra fat. Like so. But the ones on the outer part of the jaw, you can make them a little thinner. So now that we've finished up these teeth, we can put shading around the tongue. Like so. So almost immediately when you put shading around these teeth, they start to look a lot smaller. So they might have looked a little fat a minute ago, but now they look regular sized, like the ones on the other side. So yeah, the next thing we're going to do is just put in the chin and finish fleshing out this bottom jaw. T-Rex has such a cool looking bottom jaw. It's much thicker than most other carnivorous dinosaurs. And yeah, be sure to put shading on the bottom part of the jaw, like so. And yeah, I think this is Jurassic World T-Rex. So we are going to have this slight cavity in this side of the head, side of the face. And this we will definitely shade. More so at the top part of it. And of course we'll add scales and stuff like that, but I'll do that later in the time-lapse part where I do all the scales. Yeah, put in some basic shading to give the face and bottom jaw a little bit more curvature. Now take your pencil and go up and down for these lines to make the muscle look a little bit more like a muscle, with the muscle fiber there. Then just clean up these teeth a bit. And there we have a decent T-Rex face. It'll look a lot better once I put the scales in. So you can go ahead and do that now if you want. I'm going to do it a little later into the tutorial. But right now would be a great time to put in the scales. And the way we do scales, or the way at least I make scales, just by doing lots of little circles, making some a little darker and a little larger. You want to make them look organic and natural. And when you're doing such a small drawing like I am right now, you really want to make the scales look very small. It'll make your drawing look a lot more realistic. So yeah, now that I'm done with that, I think I'll put in the neck. We're only going to be seeing a little bit of the neck on the left side of the head. So that looks pretty good. And T-Rex had a really thick neck, like one of the thickest necks of the carnivorous dinosaurs, and that's really what made it powerful. It would like lock onto a piece of prey item, and then just like use its neck to shake it around, which would probably break its neck. So it didn't really need to just kill it with its teeth. The teeth were the tools to grab onto it, and the neck was what shook the victim back and forth until like its neck snapped or something like that, and then T-Rex, it would be dead or paralyzed, and T-Rex just begin feasting on it. So that was T-Rex's main weapon. Couldn't really use its claws at all for hunting. So here I'm using my cross-hatching method. Do some shading underneath the bottom jaw. Like so. Looking very nice. So yeah, let's put in the back here. We want to leave a little bit of space because I know we're going to have to be doing like the Indominus Rex's head right about there. And then yeah, we can't really do much of the T-Rex anymore because we have to first put in the arm of the Indominus Rex and all that, because that'll be in the way. But yeah, we have the basic head and neck, and I think now I will scale that and put in all the scales, and you guys will see what I'm talking about when I do scales. So I feel the next thing we should draw is the Indominus Rex Head. So this will be a little bit more of a challenge than the T-Rex head just because of the angle. The angle makes it really difficult. But let's see how well we'll do. So let's erase the circle we put in at the start. Brush it away. And yeah, where should we start? Let's see. Let's make a little dot right about there. This is where our jaws will be connecting. So have the upper jaw right there. It's got a slight curve to it, the tip. Yeah, as I told you guys, this angle is very difficult, and I'm going to be surprised if it turns out well. And I'm going to go ahead and put the bottom jaw in right away. It's going to be curved really down here. It's got a really wide open mouth in this picture. We're going to see part of the bottom of the jaw too. Part of the bottom of the bottom jaw. Right here. So I hope this looks realistic to you guys. So you want to have sort of a curve right here to make when you bring the two jaws together, two sides of the upper jaw. And Indominus Rex has more of a pointy looking face. It's got these spikes, like so. Put in some shading. It's got a huge eye ridge, similar to that of the T-Rex. It's gonna have a mean looking eye. And this one also will have wrinkles. You can make it a little darker below the eye, like so. The nostril will be right about there. This one also has a cavity, which we'll do the cross-hatching method. I did bring out, after the time lapse, a 5B pencil, so I might be using that a bit just because it'll save us some time for shading. The mechanical pencil, all the shading parts will be really slow. Also has a cavity back here, which you can see a little better. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is put in the teeth for the upper jaw. And as I told you guys before, you want to make them extra big, but also make them different sizes, because the Indominus Rex has really crooked teeth. And the ones on the outside, you can make them a little smaller. So yeah, we're going to put in the muscle as well that opens and closes the jaw. Not sure if this muscle has a name. Should probably look that up sometime. So I'm going to take my 5B pencil, and I'll be using that to shade the inside of the mouth. The palate, I guess. That's what you'd call it. Like so. You have to be careful with this type of pencil because it's a little hard to erase once you've shaded an area. It'll actually get your eraser kind of dirty. Okay, so the next step, we will add scales to the upper jaw, like I did here with the T-Rex. Made it look a lot cooler. Right now I'm going to focus on finishing the basic things like the teeth and stuff. So let's go ahead and move on to the bottom jaw. Hope I can tackle this. This is a really difficult angle. And I'm interested to see how your guys' drawing turned out. So please email me or post this on Google Plus or tag me on Instagram at DrawSketcha, which by the way is an Instagram account shared by me and my friend Nehemiah, and we post basically every other day. It's called DrawSketcha. So if you haven't followed us already, please do so now, because we really don't have that many followers yet. We only have 74. So if you want to get featured, you should get featured. You should post when you're drawing that you've done. It can be anything, and just put at DrawSketcha. And every week we select somebody and feature them. So real quick, I'm going to show you guys mine and Nehemiah's Instagram account. As you can see, we got 74 followers, and here's the different stuff we've posted. As you can see, we've got some dinosaurs there, like this one. A lot of these are Nehemiah's, like this one's mine, this one's Nehemiah's. This was a feature. See, this one was done by PaleoArt_Tom. Yeah, we just feature people like once a week, and I've done tons of different drawings that you don't see on YouTube, like this one here. Just different drawings you won't see on YouTube. This one, for instance, if it'll load. Different little sketches that I never have a chance to put on YouTube. And here's like one by Nehemiah. As you can see, he's extremely skilled. So yeah, be sure to follow us at DrawSketcha. We'll be extremely grateful. So yeah, back to our drawing. Let me just put in some teeth for this bottom jaw. The teeth of Indominus Rex you want to space out a little more than the ones of the T-Rex or like Velociraptor. You want to give them a lot of space. We're not going to be seeing any of the tongue from this angle, which is fine. One thing I might do is make these teeth a little larger, because they're going to be up against the skin of the T-Rex, which is basically going to make them look smaller. So that looks pretty good. And the next thing we will do is just shade underneath the bottom jaw. Put in these lines like the veins and stuff that go up to the throat. It's Got a bunch of veins coming down the neck, right here. So be sure to put those in. And now one of the most difficult parts, the part I always am afraid of to draw of the Indominus Rex, is the neck. The neck is extremely difficult, mainly because of all the spikes and quills and stuff on the neck. So I want to give it a nice curve, S shape. I'm actually going off the paper, which is kind of annoying, but some people would consider that artistic. So yeah, let's go ahead and see how we're going to do this. I think first we'll just start off by putting in rows of spikes, and then we'll put the lines in that may, like, separate the neck into armored sections. So the spikes start right about here. This will be like one of the middle rows. And at the base of each spike you want to make it look a little bit like a triangle. It's sort of like diamond shaped, except they're not even. It's like the bottom part here is much, the angle is different. But the point is, you just want to make them look like they're actually stuck in the skin of the Indominus Rex. You don't want them to make them look like they're just sitting on top. So yeah, there's another row here. So you want to put that in. And the spikes get smaller as the rows get closer to the bottom of the neck. So here we got a bunch of little tiny spikes. Then right about here we're going to have the last row of visible spikes. Just erase some of these lines that are in the way. And then after this row of spikes we're going to put in the quills, which are extremely long. Like, no one would want to bite the back of the neck of Indominus Rex. It's extremely armored and spiky. So yeah, the next thing we're going to do is put in, those quills. That one looks terrible. Just quickly erase that. But unfortunately I did it pretty deep with my pencil. So I'll keep that, just make it a little different. Like so. You really want to make them not that curved. Something more like that. With a nice point at the end. Like so. See, I really can't continue it because we're going to be going off the page there. Yeah, give them a little bit of shading on the underside. Like so. And we're going to leave this line erased just because the light is shining there. We don't want to put any lines there. And the next thing we're going to do is put in these lines to make the neck separated into sections like armored plates. So be sure not to make the line go over one of the spikes. You want to make them look like the spikes are on top of the lines. Make them kind of wide. Wide enough that they're noticeable and don't look just like a bunch of refinement lines. And yeah, we're going to put in some shading near the bottom part of each segment, each section, and then it's going to get a little lighter until it's completely light at the top. So yeah, let's just do that for each section. Like so. Leaving a little bit of space between the line here for more separation. So yeah, I have a feeling this is actually going to turn out well. The Indominus Rex looks not too bad. Still was a challenge to get that jaw to look realistic. And I'm sure once I come back and look at this drawing from a few months from now, it'll look terrible. One tip that I recently heard is if you want to see what if your drawing looks bad or good, especially if you're drawing like a human face from the very front, is you can hold it up against a mirror and you'll immediately see all the mistakes if you're looking for mistakes. Or you can hold it upside down. There are a bunch of different tricks to help you see what you need to improve or change in your drawing. So I rarely do this, but I'm going to actually take off the tip of my mechanical pencil and erase this line that's going through some of the spikes there. So brush that stuff away. And continue the shading process. Getting lighter and lighter as it gets closer to the top of the neck. See, I don't think I've drawn a Indominus Rex, like a realistic Indominus Rex, for quite a while now. Just Beanie Draws did so many tutorials and drawings of Indominus Rex that I felt like I didn't really have to do any. But now I've decided to do a few more Indominus Rex drawings. I might even do another one of Indominus Rex, like just a full body drawing or something like that. If you want me to draw Indoraptor, please send me a good reference image, because I've been looking all over the internet for a good reference image that's high quality that I could use to do a tutorial of or something, but they're super hard to find. Like pausing a YouTube clip is terrible definition, because the Indoraptor is almost always moving, jumping around, so it's really hard to find a good image of the Indoraptor. And I've already drawn the main poster images of Indoraptor, but I really need to get around and do a full body drawing of Indoraptor before more people do so. I need to be one of the first people, because I've already seen a bunch of people who've done Indoraptor tutorials, but none of them aren't that good, to be honest with you. So yeah, enough of me talking about other stuff. We've got to focus on this drawing. I'm putting in the shoulder and the arm. That's the Indominus Rex. Then as soon as I finish this arm, we're going to stop. We're going to end our focus on the Indominus Rex and head over to the T-Rex and finish that, and then we'll come back and finish the Indominus Rex. I'm just going to erase these lines so I don't smudge any more than I have to. So yeah, the Indominus Rex has very unique claws and hand. So we're going to start off with this, which is like the thumb finger. It's got a cruel looking claw there. And a way to make claws look shiny is to always leave a white streak there, like makes it look like the light is glinting off of it. Add some wrinkles there. So let's do the next finger. So I feel like the Indoraptor had claws and hands very similar to that of the Indominus Rex. So I want to make the wrist a little thinner, and it branches out into these three long claws, or fingers. I keep calling them claws, but they're fingers. The claws are on the end here. The claws are very long. One of the coolest scenes is when the Indominus Rex just sticks its claw right into the gyrosphere, which is supposedly bulletproof. I thought that was really a great scene. Okay, so we're going to put in the middle claw, which is probably the longest one and the most deadly. Like so. Like that's what really makes the Indominus Rex much more dangerous than the T-Rex, is the long claws it has. Like as far as jaw strength, they both have pretty much the same jaws. Okay, so let's put in some more shading here and some more wrinkles, like so. And also you can add some scales on the top part of each finger, like so. Well, I'll continue the scales later on. So yeah, that looks pretty good for the arm of the Indominus Rex. Of course we will be doing scales all over there, but now I'm going to turn my focus to the T-Rex. Put in the chest, right there. Then we can put in the little arms and hands, like so. It's so funny to read old dinosaur books. I was reading one the other day that was talking about the Megaraptor, which by the way is like from the family of Spinosaurus. So it does not look like all like a raptor, but some people did think that when they found this huge claw that it belonged to like an enormous raptor, and they named it Megaraptor and had all these funny drawings of an enormous raptor that was like 20 feet long. But it was actually like one of the thumb claws of a baryonyx type looking dinosaur, like a spinosaurid. But who knows, a lot of the stuff that we think is how it is right now could easily change in the next 50 years. Our knowledge of dinosaurs is like changing all the time. I'm still not really convinced with how Spinosaurus looks right now, because people like now say it's quadruped, but I think it's like half how it is in Jurassic Park 3 and half quadruped. So it could do both. It could swim and stand on its hind legs and stuff. Because they did find a bunch of new fossils just in the past 5 years. But a lot of people have already talked about that, and I don't need to bore you guys with more stuff you probably already know. So yeah, let's put in the next arm here. Now let's put the two claws in the end here. Two fingers, I mean. I keep on saying claws. I think the lower one is a little bit longer than the upper claw. That's at least what I've heard. Just put the scales on top. And the T-Rex claws are not like as long and scary looking as those of the Indominus Rex. See, I'm going to be using like one of these clear, or not really exactly clear papers, like a piece of tracing paper, which comes extremely in handy when you're avoiding smudging. I'm going to put that right over here. I hope it doesn't bother you guys too much. And we'll continue the T-Rex. So for the body of the T-Rex, we're going to put in a little bit of the shoulder, which will be showing. Give a little bit of curvature, or make it look a little bit like a circle, the belly on the side there. So I'm not exactly sure what the T-Rex is doing here. It looks like it might be guarding a kill or something, but it's got like this leg lifted up and it's in motion. And this is part of the drawing that I was really afraid to draw, because I'm not sure what it's doing exactly because it's all blurry. If only somehow we could blur the leg. It looks like it's being lifted up. So let's actually erase around here and take a different approach to this. Just erase all the feet, all the outline that we no longer are going to use. The Indominus Rex is pretty much done. We got a few more. Just have to put a little bit more of the body in the back, and then we'll be pretty much done. But with the T-Rex, we have to do a little more work. So this leg of the T-Rex is going to be really lifted up. So the knee is actually right about here. Very high up. And the calf is going to be right about there. And the leg is, yeah, being lifted up, but you want to make it look like it's attached to this to the T-Rex, and that can be an actual challenge to make it look like that. Especially when the Indominus Rex is, the head of the Indominus Rex is in the way right now. So you want to put in some wrinkles and overall lines to give the leg of the T-Rex a little more shape. And then now we can put in the foot, which I guess will be lifted up as well. A dinosaur feet can be extremely challenging, but I've had a lot of practice with them, so I'll do my best to make this look good. You want to have the bottom of the toes padded, and on the top I do the classic dinosaur scales that you always see on top of the theropod toes in almost all dinosaur drawings. Put in a bunch of scales, like so. Shading. I have a lot of shading on this part of the foot. As I said, this whole bottom part of the drawing, or the reference image I'm using, is extremely blurry and dark. So it's kind of hard for me to do much with it, but so I'm sort of making up this part of the drawing. I'll show you guys the reference image again. As you can see there, it's pretty dark, and you can see this leg looks kind of blurry. So I hope it looks good to you guys, and I hope yours is turning out like mine, or better. Better would be definitely better. So yeah, let's continue the belly here. I want to put some wrinkles around the arm where it attaches to the body, right there at the shoulder. And then we can put in this leg of the T-Rex, which is going to be completely shaded in. So I'll get my 5B pencil out. And this is sort of bring out the claws of the Indominus Rex a little more, the fingers. So this leg of the T-Rex is planted firmly on the ground. And again, I think I'm running off the page. Should have used some bigger paper. I'm using a really small sketchbook. As you guys can see, my hand can basically cover the entire drawing. So yeah, it's quite a small sketchbook I'm using right now. So I should have maybe have made the drawing slightly smaller with the outline. And that's the whole point of the outline, is to get everything proportioned right before you go ahead and do all the refinement. Because a lot of times I used to do an amazing T-Rex head, and then I'll draw the rest of the T-Rex. Then I'll look at it and I'll say, whoa, the head is way too big, or the head is way too small in comparison to the body. So I found out it's good to make an outline first before you dive in and focus on different sections of the dinosaur or the person or whatever you're drawing. So we got this foot looking pretty good. Put in some quick scales on top there. Can't forget to put in the little dew claw right there. And of course I'll be doing a lot of shading, or not shading, I'll be doing a lot of scales very soon. We've got to scale this entire area, but as I said, that will be time-lapsed. So yeah, the T-Rex looks pretty good. Definitely looks like it's startled by the Indominus Rex approaching. This is a cool scene. Like, I know like Dinosaur Drawer, another YouTuber, his profile picture for the longest time has been a drawing he did copying this image. I need to look up who drew this, who did like the original drawing. So the T-Rex's tail is going to be continue over there, and probably we're going to be able to see it coming over the back of the Indominus Rex. Over there. Yeah, this is a really complicated drawing. Doing a dinosaur battle is a lot more difficult than I expected it to be. Because usually I'm drawing just dinosaurs standing by themselves, almost like they're just standing there on a pedestal or something. But yeah, dinosaur battles are extremely fun. So yeah, the Indominus Rex, we don't have to do too much more. We're gonna have the body right about here, and this leg is going to be also bent. And the thigh is going to be extremely thick and muscular. So this is a basic outline of what it's going to look like. Let me just get my eraser and erase a bit to clean a few things up. I forgot to put a mid line right up along the tail, like so. Put in the shoulder, and we got to leave a little bit of space right here so we can sign our names. That is really important. So I think I'm going to take a break and scale in the T-Rex, and then we'll finish up the Indominus Rex. So now that I've put in all these scales, the drawing looks much better. It looks a lot more realistic. And yeah, overall, it just looks a lot better. So yeah, the next thing we're going to focus on is working on just finishing off the spikes on the Indominus Rex's back. So we'll continue those. I think we'll continue this top row first. And as I said, we're not going to put any real lines here because the sun is really shining on this part of the Indominus Rex. As you can see clearly in the reference image, it's almost white on the very top right there. So we want to keep this part nice and light. Even having some of the spikes here, not even having a tip. And we can also see a few more spikes on the other side, because the back has even more rows than the neck has. So it's filled with spikes, and then you can get the spikes a little darker as you get closer, or as you get further down on the side of the Indominus Rex, like so. Then we have this last row of spikes, and of course be sure to add a little bit of shading next to each one. Just put a little shading around it. I usually like to put shading on at least one side of each spike, like I'm doing right now. Might as well zoom in a bit here. One problem is every time I zoom in with my camera, it loses focus. So yeah guys, hopefully I'll upgrade someday to a better recording device. I'm not even using a video camera. I've been using a small little, just a regular camera. Regular digital camera, small one. It's a Canon, but it does a pretty good job recording my voice, so I'm pretty happy with that. But yeah, eventually I'd like to get a little bit more advanced with my videos. So yeah, let's continue shading the back side of each of these spikes. Like so, and I forgot to mention that the quills sort of finish right there. They don't really continue on there. But something we did forget that I will now draw is the bunch of quills that the Indominus Rex has coming out of the forearm there. And for those I'll be using my 5B pencil just because just to make them a little darker. So we're going to put in those quills. One of the coolest features, in my opinion, of the Indominus Rex. And again, you don't want to have them all the same length. Have them various different lengths, and there's not just one row, there's several rows of these extremely cool looking spikes, or quills. You want to have them get smaller as they come closer to the hand and wrist. So very cool. Now that we've put those in, might as well, while I'm using this pencil, shade a little bit here under the belly. Like so. So I recommend you guys get a set of shading pencils. Maybe I should do another review, but I think I've done one in the past. These are from Arteza, and I highly recommend them. As you guys have probably seen already, I've done several unboxing videos using Arteza art materials. And they have the best quality. So if you're going to buy art materials, be sure to order them from Arteza. So yeah, we're going to put in some wrinkles now for the belly, like so. And yeah, just put in some more wrinkles in general along the entire belly, back and forth. Don't make them too dark. And then of course we will add scales, but that will also be time-lapsed, like I did the T-Rex's scales. Right now I just want to focus on shading, so you can put a little bit of shading here, leaving the center of the belly a little lighter. Shade around where the leg is going to be. Finding out where the light is pretty easy if you just squint in your eyes. It's a simple but very useful trick I used. So I'll let you guys do that right now. If you look at this picture and squint your eyes, you can see the light and dark spots a little easier than if you're just looking at it with your eyes open. Okay, so the next thing we're going to be working on is the thigh. This huge enhanced leg of the Indominus Rex. You want to put some wrinkles coming from the top, like so. You want to have each line be slightly curved to give this muscle some shape. Like so. We just want to give this muscles on the thigh some separation. And we have to remember that Indominus Rex is like a genetically modified dinosaur, so it's got extra strong legs and stuff like that, and extra strong muscles and everything. That's what made it so much more dangerous than the T-Rex. See, I want to put in some little bit of shading here on the thigh, or not the thigh, the calf. And be sure to add wrinkles right here where the leg is being bent. Then we'll continue shading here where the tail will begin. And of course we will not continue the leg because we need plenty of space to sign our names. Sometimes I run out of space and I end up signing my name in the very corner, but I've learned to sign it like right here. Give yourself lots of space, just in case you're going to frame your thing or mat it or something. Then you will be really happy you did that. So guys, here is our final result. The one thing you might want to add is maybe put a little bit of ground beneath the T-Rex, like maybe add a little shadow so it won't look too unnatural. And you guys can easily find this reference image on the web, and you can add in the rest of the plants in the background, which would be really fun. But we don't have enough time for this, and this tutorial it's already long enough. So I'm just gonna take my finger, do a little bit of smudging, and also take your eraser. I'm gonna erase some of the lines and parts that got smudged that we know that we don't want to be smudged. And yeah, this drawing was really fun to do. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Please tag us on Instagram at DrawSketcha. Post your drawing on Google Plus, or email it to me at dannythedinosaurdrawer@gmail.com. So yeah, let's sign our drawings now. I'm gonna sign my name, and we'll put the date, which will be extremely important, and probably the month too. I'm gonna put the month, just 12/20/18. So this is probably gonna be the last tutorial that's on this channel in 2018. Soon we'll be signing our drawings 2019. So yeah guys, this has been extremely fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys later. Thanks so much for watching.